attractive home of John and Margaret Bryant, the home they've always dreamed of, the happiest investment they have ever made. At last, the Bryants have all the space they need. Big floor-to-ceiling closets for each.
These are the Bryants.
Large, comfortable bedrooms.
Large, comfortable bedrooms.
Obviously not in Technicolor.
White America in the 50s. Look at that bathroom. Look at that sink.
Assure convenience and privacy for various family activities.
That looks just like our bathroom today. Wait a minute.
Yes, you need to update your bathroom. Look, there's their white friends showing up to their white house.
Wearing dead animals. I love it.
Wearing suits in the evening.
Details create a lovely setting that enhance the pleasure of entertaining.
Does enhance the pleasure.
Somebody make a martini.
Ooh. Why, there's a coat rack, a coat closet right there.
This is what I miss. This life. Look at this beautiful home.
I gotta say something. That dress is off the hook.
That today would work really well.
That is an
looks like
awesome dress.
Yeah.
Oh, look.
An opportunity for individual expression.
Individual expression.
Yes, that is a very creative home. You can tell it's very out there, way out there.
Fixtures and appointments.
Fixtures and appointments. And look, the kids are out dancing outside.
That's great.
Sliding glass doors.
I like the tough in the background. That kid with the other jacket on. He's the. Ooh, look at that red.
The activity area.
Oh my gosh.
Kitchen saves countless.
You know what? This would be cool again if you had this.
Yeah, that's actually pretty cool.
It's probably back in style. It's retro.
Yeah, it's retro.
They're making the meals of the future right now.
We've got one room that is pretty much all mid-century modern, just like this.
Is that Japanese kabuki or whatever those things are? Pagodas?
Her kitchen just the way she wanted it, with an abundance of work and cabinet space.
Abundance.
Yes, she's got some work to do.
A built-in oven. Oh my gosh, it's so wonderful. Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. Look, they're going to eat around the table, but no kids. No kids around that table because the kids' table is somewhere else.
That's how it should be.
How American families are living in their.
This is great, honey.
How American families are living.
Turning you to Frank Blair.
Oh my gosh.
The Bryants are typical of the many
All right,
families who have found the solution to their house.
Discussion of marriage. We aren't telling you to do or feel or change anything about your life. Anything about your life. Listen and enjoy. Listen and enjoy. Real help. Find a professional for your specific problem. We don't know you. We don't know you. We speak to your deal. Okay. Have fun. Have fun.
What an idyll. Oh, I got to stop sharing. Sorry.
Let's see what Brad has on his desktop.
Too many things on your laptop, and they are not organized very well.
They're not organized very well because I'm going through a ton of stuff right now with this Halloween show and all this kind of stuff.
And how has the Halloween show been, Brad? How did it do with the Fringe Fest Festival?
It has been, everybody come. By the way, you go to ultimatehalloweenparty.com. You can still get tickets. They're only $7, but it's been great. We've had people come back 4, 5, 6 times. Right now, the last 3 days in the middle of the week, we're still trying to get people to come right now before the weekend. But it's been great. We've gotten 3 amazing reviews, 5-star reviews. Everybody loves it. And we've had amazing shows. We had an amazing show today. It's just trying to get people, especially in England, to really glom onto it has been hard. Only the reviewers and the theaters have loved it. But people aren't showing up from Brighton.
Do you think it's because maybe the English people have different customs than we do?
No, it's because they have trouble getting tickets. When you go, the website's convoluted.
Gotcha.
I've had hundreds of people just give up and not be able to, because you have to sign up, you have to click 50 buttons, you have to pay, you got to do this, and there's a way to get knocked out in every step. So that's why now we've changed it, and we're selling our own tickets through ultimatehalloweenparty.com. You click it, you can buy one ticket, and then we have all the links, so we can just send anybody a link because yeah, we love the Fringe, we love the space, but it's very convoluted to get through to the show. So great. Well, thanks for asking. That was fantastic.
Great, thanks. It was a great show, everybody. We'll see.
Thank you. Good night, everybody. Come to the show. But I wanted to go back to that video because that's the 50s. That was the ideal, but was every marriage were those marriages really that good, Donna Wilburn?
And you know what? For what I kind of am getting the feeling that nobody had a marriage like that, and that we were supposed to like try to have a marriage like that, but I don't think anyone actually did.
Yeah. My question is, who came up with the ideal? Who was the person, who was the marketing company, the ad firm or whatever that started hammering down our throats that was what the ideal family was supposed to look like, the nuclear family with all that? Was it the church? Was it the manufacturers? Was it home builders? Who was it?
It has to be money. It has to be like commercial makers.
Oh yeah, I think so. Sure, yeah, but was it just everybody coming together and going, "This is the best way"? I mean, because right now you can't watch anything or go anywhere without being bombarded with advertisement everywhere, all over the place. So that might have been like with the early stages of it.
Well, you can't even think about something to where it's on your phone.
True.
I mean, you can't.
It's scary.
I think it reads your mind.
Yeah.
It really
well,
does.
that's because we have chips in us after we got the vaccine.
That's right. I've got the Pfizer right here.
Right
Bill,
there.
Bill. Well, and Bill and his wife broke up. So I wonder
who's going to get my data.
Moderna. If you're on Moderna, I think it's the wife. She gets your
Oh
data.
yeah, I think she gets the Moderna. He gets the he gets the Pfizer. Yeah.
And Johnson, you might as well just kill yourself.
Well, Warren Buffett just left. He just left the Gates Foundation today, so I think he gets the J&J stuff. I think that's how they let it all out.
Gates Foundation. And Bill is spending so much time trying to get away from Jeffrey Epstein. 77 times at his house. Yike!
Yeah, that's crazy. I wonder how many times. I wonder how many times Prince Andrew was there. Okay, let's get on with our show.
Yeah, let's get on with this show.
Now that we've destroyed society.
Yes.
Well, yes, but when we talk about these marriages, because so many people back then would watch the Cleavers, and they'd be like, "That was nothing like us at all in any way," and maybe they were trying to get people to watch. They're like, "Oh, here is something we can aspire to."
I think that was the idea. Wait, I did just see something about advertising, like a study about how the advertising makes us want to be like that. So that's why they make everybody happy and like,
right.
So maybe when they were doing stuff like that, the advertisers knew that everybody wanted to have a drama-free marriage,
right?
Family where the kids are nice and talk to each other nice. So they made that like, you want this because no one had it.
That's right. And like the show Friends, no minorities. Existed.
Did you watch that series, Them?
No, what's that?
Yeah, that's about a minority moving into the neighborhood of psycho Stepford Town.
I can't wait to see it.
Okay, well, everybody go get that. Okay, well, speaking of that, the first question leads into that. Why does my husband put his dishes on the counter above the dishwasher and not in the dishwasher? And this happens at my house, everybody but me. I always have to load and unload the dishwasher.
I never, ever do that. I never leave my dishes on the counter. I always leave them in the sink.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Probably the sink was too full.
Yeah. You mean the dishwasher was too full?
Wait,
No, because you have to rinse your dishes before putting them in the dishwasher.
Right.
And so if you're too lazy, you're not going to do that.
Dishes before you put it in the dishwasher. What kind of crazy move is that?
What?
That's what you're supposed to do, Brad.
Get the soap out and wash them. And then put No.
Yeah.
So, okay. So you put them on top of the dishwasher because that tells you they go down in the dishwasher. If they're in the sink, no one knows what that is.
The point is you just put them in the dishwasher, right? What's so hard about putting the dishes in what's called the dishwasher? If you want to wash your dishes, put your dishes in a dishwasher. I'm just saying.
But I have a dishwasher called my husband. I rinse my dish and put it in the sink.
And he is your dishwasher. Okay.
He is
good.
the dishwasher.
Yeah.
He puts them in the dishwasher because usually the dishwasher is full of clean dishes, and so my dirty dishes can't go in there. So there.
Well,
Okay.
but
Again,
why don't
we're
you
all missing the
then
point here.
Why don't you unload the dishwasher?
I don't have time for that stuff.
And that's not the question. The question is, why don't you put them in the dishwasher
Because
instead
the
of leaving them
dishwasher
on
has clean
counter?
dishes. The dishwasher
Yeah.
is full of clean dishes.
Even if it doesn't have clean, like here, my wife, my daughter, both, everything goes right on top the dishwasher when you could just open it, and even, especially when there's nothing in it. And they're like,
Yeah.
oh, I didn't know
Yeah.
if it was clean or not. You
Yeah.
could look. You could look.
Right.
Look in
That
there.
just reminds me that I do have some stuff in the sink right now that I really have to get to before my wife gets home. Anyway, but yeah, here's the problem with that, and here's why it's maddening, is it's just one extra step. And the thing is, you're this close to the finish line, right? You're this close to actually accomplishing the goal of putting the dishes where they belong. Now, I don't know about you guys, but there's something really gratifying about leaving them in the sink just for my wife to go, really? You couldn't just do this? I find that fun.
Oh, that's
right?
not any better
Yeah.
than the guys who throw their clothes on the floor next to the hamper.
Right. It's the same thing.
Wait a minute, though, but the hamper is right next to the washer. So really,
That's
I
even
think
worse.
it's better.
You don't put stuff in the washer, like just take it off your body and put it in the
No,
washer.
you don't do that. You never do that.
No.
I
You have
take
to
it off my
sort,
body and I
Brad.
put it in front of the washer, but not in the hamper next to the washer, because it's easier to pick it up off the floor than to open the hamper and put it.
Is
in the
it?
washer.
Yeah, I guess. See, there is a method to this.
I will
So,
tell you
What
this,
is
right?
this logic?
Same logic as this. My wife and daughter, they feel like they're doing me a favor. They didn't leave the dish in the bedroom. They didn't leave the dish
Oh, that's
in
true.
the bathroom.
well, I
They
moved
brought
it this
and put it
far.
on top the dishwasher, like it's going to be cleaned by osmosis.
Well,
It's magic.
That's a very good question. And I think what really makes my wife mad about it is the fact that, okay, when I'm not doing it on purpose to rile her, is the fact that it's just like, why can't you finish anything? Why can't you finish it? Just that you're this close to just putting that right in there. And I think that's just because I think the answer to the question is ADD.
That is an ADD symptom of
It is.
not being able to complete. You
Right.
your interests last about 80-90%, and then you're done.
Yeah. It lasts to the point where I actually have to like rinse the dish.
Yeah.
I ain't rinsing. But Elena just put in a thing. It's just like the people that the toilet paper's gone. They just set the next one on top of the toilet paper roll. They don't actually take the second to take it off and slide it in there and put it in. It's just too much. Too much.
That is a lot of work. That is a
And
lot of work.
I have to say,
I'm going to be honest with you on that one. I don't want to be wrong, because if I put it on the wrong way and it's over instead of under instead of I don't want to take that grief.
That's worse.
I
than
don't want
not
to do it. I'll let her
changing
do it.
at
Yeah.
least bring the toilet paper roll into the bathroom. You're leaving an empty toilet paper roll like for the next person.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
that's bad. That's bad.
Yeah, that
No,
is. Yeah.
that's scary.
Again, hysterical. Really funny. Yeah.
No.
The
Yeah.
pants at the ankles. Yeah,
Yeah, always a good one.
Trying to get to where the toilet.
I'm
First of
using
all,
magazines.
how far
Your
away
book.
is the toilet paper? That's my other question. We've got like 3 or 4 sitting back there close somewhere. They're not in another room. You're like, oh, they're in the attic. Oh, let me go get that.
Yeah.
So luckily the question was why. She doesn't care. She's not going to ask him to fix it. She just wants to know his motivation for doing it. So that's
I think we've solved it. 3 reasons. Either ADD, 2, he's lazy, or 3, he's doing it just to make you angry.
Right. So get over it, Toots.
I don't know if I'd go that far.
Get over it. Get over it. Unless you want it to change, then get over it. Okay. Hey, here's fun. How do you choose your favorite sex position? How do you choose it?
How do you think?
Experimentation until you find it. How do you find it, or how do you choose it? That's a good way, Brad.
How do you choose it? How do you choose it?
That's the weirdest question ever.
How do you choose it? How do you choose it?
Is it like, I mean, it's not like it comes in a fortune cookie or something. It's like you have to, it's trial and error. You know
Yeah,
what I
I
mean?
don't know if they're asking like what factors do you use to choose your favorite position, or like do you riffle through a book and try to find like something that looks interesting, or
Well,
like
how about this?
go to the library?
have-
What are they
You have a
saying?
number. Okay, you have many positions you enjoy. How do you then choose your favorite? It is a very confusing question.
Yeah.
But we can look at it different ways. One of the ways is that what works.
Right.
Yeah,
That's always good. What
It
works
does
best.
work.
Yeah.
doesn't hurt.
Yeah.
Because now at this
Yeah,
age,
no, well, some people want pain, but if you don't want pain, then it would be something with pain would be a no.
Yeah. It's whatever you like, and you choose whatever you like. That is, Donna will be the first one to tell you that sex should be fun, and it should be, and she's talked about it before. It's pleasure. It's like what makes you feel good. So that's how you choose it. Whatever makes you feel the best.
I'm assuming the favorite would be the one that gives you the most pleasure.
Exactly.
There we go.
Exactly. Not
Right.
the one that's the most difficult, because we're not grading this. All right. You're not going to get a
This is not
medal.
nine.
The Spartan challenge.
Right. You're not going to have a bunch of Russian judges holding up cards.
The one with the truss, you got to get the thing
Or
together.
the
Right,
one
right.
where your hair looks the best.
Yeah, that's a good one.
The
though.
one that looks
Yeah.
good on Instagram. Yes, that's
Yeah,
right.
that
The
one.
with
That
the
one's
Snapchat
great.
one.
Or TikTok, but that one's a little that's too fast.
That's,
Yeah.
Boy, you're a young person doing the TikTok.
I'm trying to be hip with the kids.
Well, but
You're
see,
missing it.
Yeah.
here's another thing too. It's not who's doing one thing, because some are the nice starting, but they're not going to get you in the end where you want to go, but they're a good start. Then there's others that are fun for a bit, then they become painful. You're like, okay, too much of this. Now let's go. But then usually there's the one or two things that really do it. And you're like, okay, we need to finish up. Let's get to the thing that really gets us where we need
Brad
to.
has a playlist.
Apparently he does.
I do. We have
I
an
think-
order. We have
He's like, step one.
I think
True.
what you should do, to choose it, what you do is you have your partner pick out which ones they like. You pick out which ones you like. If there's any that actually overlap, then those are going to be the ones that you're going to make sure that are going to be the ones that are your favorites, right? So then find out which is the one that was mutually the most favorable. Is that what he's looking
That's like
for?
a research study.
Yeah, research study would probably be the best. See if you can get a grant for that.
Yeah, okay.
And you could, because what I'm saying is we have a certain number of running order scripts that you go through, and they all have certain places to start, and they go through different steps until you get to the final step. And sometimes you add things in the middle, sometimes, but it's always going to end at the same place.
So I don't know, but like I think this is a thing with being married for a really, really, really long
Good
time.
point. Yeah. Yeah.
And some people may not know this yet, but by the time you've been married 30 years or so, like the rest of us,
Yeah.
you're gonna find there's a pattern.
Yes.
And there's a starting pattern.
Right.
And
Right.
there's the stuff you do in the middle, and there is an ending pattern. Not every single is the same, but there does seem to be patterns. And I think what Brad's doing is sharing his pattern.
Yes. And
Well,
I
I'm
don't think
sharing
I
that we
want to
have
know.
pattern options. I'm not telling you what they are.
Right.
I'm not.
Gotcha.
Okay,
Gotcha.
let's get the diagram up.
What if you're
What?
Yeah.
Then go. No, it's like one of those things where if you answer yes or no, go this way, and if you answer yes or
Right,
no, go that way, and then
Oh, you can
one
just
of
use a
those diagrams.
you just use a cootie catcher. Red.
Did you just
pick
say
blue? Blue
Really?
Blue says
Really?
missionary. Yeah.
How do you guys pick your position?
Oh, my favorite position's always been the same. Outdoors. So
In public
yeah,
Again,
with people around?
bit of an
Again.
exhibitionist. Yeah.
some positions are really good to go, but then there becomes a problem and we have to change. And like I never knew, I would say when I was younger during sex quite a bit, my knee.
Right. Indeed. Indeed.
I
Yeah.
was
Okay,
going to
no,
say
no,
it's
no, no,
your
my
knees.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
It's your knees. The knees
Yeah.
go and the shoulders go.
There was some point when it went from oh yes to ow, 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 ow. You know, and
Yeah,
that's
ow, ow, ow. And my wife said, pinching.
pinching. That's a good one. Yeah.
Now,
Now.
one that is always there.
Oh,
One that is,
oh my
one that
God.
is there from day one. My hair. You're on
My hair, yes.
That one from day one. Day
Yeah.
one, all through.
Yeah.
Unless they're bald. Donna knows.
Oh, I will give you a little bit of a tip, though.
Those
And
are
this
the
is, again,
lines.
for different sex positions, the more strenuous the sex position, please. And I can't stress this enough, especially in this warm weather. Hydrate, people. Hydrate.
Yes.
Nothing worse than a cramp in the middle of the act. Nothing
That's
worse.
right.
And
That's right.
it's happened recently, and it's not fun. So
That's true. And by the way, I do want to announce that our quiz will not happen
what?
because when I closed the video, it closed everything, and now it's gone. So I don't know how to get it back.
No quiz today?
I would, unless you guys want to talk about something for 5 minutes while I get it back. Okay. So
That's
and
what we do.
it was how to deal with a nagging wife.
I'll look.
Oh, that would have been a great
How
one.
to deal with a nagging wife. Okay.
Because I have all the answers
Husband.
for that one.
Well, this show can only be 30 minutes today anyway, because I've got things to do.
Okay.
So, So next, now past sex, this one comes up a lot, and people still are asking it all the time. Should a husband and wife have separate bank accounts?
We touched on this last week, did we not,
we?
Donna?
Was it last week? I know
Last
we
week or the week before, yeah. And there's something to be said for that, especially if you're talking about, like end of life planning and things like that, and estate planning. There's advantages to having that. Is that right, Donna? Didn't you say something about that? I'm throwing it right. I'm throwing you under the bus.
Talking about that. We were talking about how to be buried and that we should know the other person's preference on how they want to be buried.
Accounts. That's having an end of life plan where your spouse knows what you want.
But there's also somebody was telling me, no, this wasn't you. I think this was at a barbecue. See, sometimes this feels like a barbecue. It's so much fun. But I think I was at a barbecue recently. We were talking about that. And somebody was saying that it's a good idea to have separate checking accounts because if one of the spouses dies, then the bank, this is a true story. This happened. One of the spouses died and the bank would not let the other one withdraw all the money from the joint account, because they couldn't get the okay from the other one.
Yeah, but
I say that's a bad bank.
But they have no connection to the other checking account, so there's no way to get that money.
Yeah, that can happen. Same with divorce, though. That can happen if you have separate checking accounts. Legally, all property tends to be 50-50. So legally, whatever money you have is supposed to be or a lot of times it's just split, even if you think it's my own money. It's not my own money. But I have to tell you, there's a lot of people who don't have good budgeting skills. And if you give them access to all the money, it will disappear.
True that. Yeah, that's I think there's nothing wrong with it. I don't think, and it just depends. I mean, I'll never forget the first time that my group of friends started marrying off, and we'd get together and play poker all the time. And then a married couple was over there and they were playing poker, and the woman ran out of money. And we were like, oh, well, I guess you have to sit out. She goes, no, I don't. She looked over at her husband and she took his chips. And I was like, okay, that's wrong. That's just wrong. I didn't know then that that's how life was going to be from then on for me. Yeah. But if you're decent with money, if you trust each other, I see no reason why you shouldn't have a joint account. But I guess there's no reason why you couldn't have separate accounts as well. I know when you first get married, some people just want to have separate accounts. It's just hard to let go of the control.
Okay. So here's the real answer.
Okay.
I don't know what the crap you guys are talking about, but Joe's lost his chips somewhere. So here's the thing. You should be one as far as money goes, meaning that you didn't marry someone who's terrible with money. That's something you want in a partner who's not going to be horrible with money, so that your life isn't terrible, because money, as we know, is one of the biggest divorce reasons in the world. Secondly, you can have separate accounts, but you should both be on the account. Joe, I've never heard of a joint account where one person was not given access if they were still married and not divorcing, because immediately my wife can go in online and move everything in a second. So my wife and I have, obviously, we do have separate checking accounts, but we also have accounts that are together. Mm-hmm. But they're all actually together. They all have both of our names on it. It's what we decide why we have them and what we're going to do with them. Because we have one bank we have to use because her job goes into there. But we've got these accounts at another bank because I have a business that isn't involved with her. I have an LLC. Now that she can't be involved in unless I make her member of the LLC. Then we have other things that we pay different things from, but she lets me kind of run all of it. And then she can do what she likes because I trust her and she trusts me. But you need to be one as far as money goes, not separate. I mean,
that's your opinion though.
My opinion's correct. What I'm saying is that this question, as I see it, is your money is totally separate always. You do not you have to pay, okay, I need your half of the rent this month. I need your half of the rent this month. Their accounts are totally separate. Their money is separate.
Yeah.
You need
that's how everybody lives when they first move in with a partner. If you're going to live in sin, you still have your separate checking accounts. You still get by with that. And I think maybe the question is, why change that? If it's working before you get married, why change it after you get married?
Why change it? Because you, as you said before, you're going to need to do things for each other, like our investment accounts.
Right.
Every time we need to move one thing, I've got to call her. Hey, would you do this in your account? Because I can't do it in mine. Oh, hey, by the way, this needs. Why not be able to each control everything so that we're partners? You said the word partners.
Right.
Suddenly you're not partners. You're separate people living in a house.
Yeah.
But the most important thing is that the sexual positions with the money.
Yes. That needs to be chosen. You need to choose that right off the bat.
I know. Donna, what are we saying wrong?
I don't think you have a cookie cutter, it fits everybody kind of thing. Because we also have individual accounts and a joint account and probably other accounts around the place. But I don't want to say no, don't do that. Because you don't know what works with certain types and certain types of personalities. When there's discrepancies with income and one gets a lot, one gets a little, and then the bills have to be divided a certain way, and you can't expect this one to pay for that big time thing, and it can get really complicated. It's the number one thing people fight about.
Yep. Now I will say this, in 20 some years, when the wife unfortunately passes away, and I marry the 19-year-old, she'll just get an allowance. That's it.
Well, when you marry the younger woman, obviously.
Yeah, when you marry the 19-year-old, they just now they can spend about as much as they want. They'll have a credit card, but they will not have control over the purse. So I think that's true.
Also, there's another answer to this, and that is a prenup. That's always works out well too.
Well, but that's for the second marriage, not for this.
Exactly.
By the way, Donna, you say you have separate checking accounts, but is his name on the second checking account too, or is it only your name? He has
no. I have one and only my name, and that's actually my business account. Then we have
you can't count the business.
That doesn't count.
Doesn't count. Do you have any personal accounts, either of you, that only has one of your name on it?
He does.
That's his mad money. Okay, one more, and I'll try to explain why I chose this question. Does your wife stay with you out of sympathy or regret? Does your wife stay with you out of sympathy or regret?
Nobody wants to prolong regret, do they?
No, I want to regret as long as possible.
As long as I can. So I'm going to stay in this regrettable situation.
No, maybe they regret things that they've done to you. So
that's it. Yeah.
Because they feel
that would be pity then, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it be
pity? Guilty. They're guilty.
They're guilty. Yeah, out of guilt. Yeah.
Sympathy or guilt. And I say, I don't care as long as she stays.
I'm kind of the same way.
Yeah. I don't care.
Oh my God.
Yeah, as long as she's there, I don't care what the reason is. Really, seriously.
What the reason is.
Don't leave me, please. No matter what's happening.
Nice for you. That's nice for you.
Yeah. So that would mean that's guys for you.
That's guys for you. I actually have a case right now where that's the guy. I don't care. Just stay. And she's like, I know it's not for a good reason. And it's not, we don't have a good connection. And he's like, I don't care.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't care.
That's about how I am right now too. Every day I'm like, what the hell is she still with me for? I just don't, there's no reason.
Yeah, we say that after you know,
there's
all the time.
None whatsoever.
All the time.
Yeah.
You leave this meeting, Donna and I are like, what is she doing?
Yeah, I know. Everybody. It's no secret.
It's like just on Mars or something.
Yeah, it's like, it's exactly. It's no secret that everybody's like, well, what the heck? Why? And I don't think she knows. I just think I think she's numb to the whole situation, that it's gone this far, and now she's, that's it. So
a lot of people, it's just resignation.
That might be what it is. Maybe she just resigned. Yeah.
That's what I was going to say. Well, I pulled the question in the first place. Sometimes you're just used to it. You know what?
Yeah.
It's easier not to. It's easier to stay. It's easier to just.
It might be.
Get along,
it might be.
You know what I mean? You're in a place.
And I know there's a certain amount of sympathy too involved with this, but just because she knows, I could never get anybody else.
That's right.
You would be. This is what we think our husbands are going to do if we leave. Like, this is the majority of women. Our husbands, if we leave, are going to be living in some little studio apartment with garbage and beer cans everywhere, stray animals maybe coming in, everything is clean, food on the counters, everything's dirty, never going to the doctor. So like dying of something,
right?
Be having like a prostitute here and there.
Yeah, well, that's
wait a minute.
That is not accurate.
wait, the prostitute thing, where the hell did that come from?
Yeah, that's not bad.
They got to fool around, and they don't.
Now you're making it sound good.
Yeah, the rest of it was horrible, and I was like,
the prostitute part comes up. I'm like, hey, wait,
that was an attractive option.
Tell me more about this lifestyle.
What?
Suddenly,
well, we assume you're going to have sex with somebody, so it's either a drug addict who needs money for something or a prostitute.
Just ourselves. It's even more pathetic than that, Donna. Yeah. It is just ourselves.
Yeah, Pornhub is free.
Lazy and poor and stupid to get a hooker. It's just Pornhub. Yes, Pornhub don't cost nothing.
Right.
and we're already pathetic. But you're right. I would be in a week. I would be in 1 week if I was alone, dirty, gross, grubby, hungry.
I'm like that every day until about 4:00, and then I got to clean up before she gets home. Yeah.
I know.
Oh my gosh! And that brought up a subject because you said something earlier, Joe, that I have heard my husband say.
What's that?
It's hurry up and do this before she gets home.
Oh yeah! Oh my God!
That? What's that like? Where your mom?
Oh man! I tell you what, the stress level is amped up every day. Yeah.
Put that away. Get this. I got to get this put away before she.
Yeah, I actually have an alarm on my clock for at 5:00 p.m., which is when she gets off work, in case I fall asleep after eating Cheetos. And but at 5:00, I know I have to start getting this place looking nice and making it look like I've done something. So
yes,
You know how many times I've come home at 10:00 at night? My husband's in the kitchen doing dishes.
Isn't that funny? What a coincidence!
I know.
Because you put the stupid dishes on top of the dishwasher. That's why.
Right. I always make sure I spray a little Lysol before she gets in the house. Make it smell clean.
Yeah.
Maybe she won't notice the crumbs on the kitchen floor, but it smells good.
What is with that weird anxiety, fear thing like you're 5 years old?
Because we're 5 years old. Come on.
Nice. We're not your mom.
That's what makes us endearing and maddening at the same time.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
And the reason I control the checking account.
There you go. Yes.
If nothing else.
And she chooses the sex positions.
She chooses the sex positions.
It says, my hair.
Until I can't do it anymore. And then I say, we have to change. We have to change because I'm in pain right now. And once you get in pain, everything else stops. You're like, okay, you got to start over because I'm in pain.
That was fun. And now I'm tired.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, hey, you know what? I do want to say this real quick again. Everybody out there, I'm gonna share something here for a second. And
he has to go.
He has to go to another room to get stuff. Hold on. Very professional, Brad. Super professional. Oh, good Lord.
So, Zombie Pie, one of the songs in the show. UltimateHalloweenParty.com. Go there, get a ticket for Sunday.
It's amazing how much you look like Robert Plant in that wig.
Robert,
That's the red wig that I eat every day.
Yeah.
During the show.
Perfect.
So, I know. Okay. Well, anything else?
got a collection of wigs.
Matter of fact, my wife is out for the evening. She's got a work dinner and all stuff, and I've got a lot of work to do around this.
Break
house.
out the Cheetos.
Oh God, I hate you. So no, I'm thinking of having pizza.
Ooh, you naughty boy.
I know, that's kind of weird. So
Yeah.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's Donna. That's Joe. We've had a great time. I'm going to disappear while I play the ending. Here we go.
Bye, kids. Bye, everyone.